That's more of a problem with India. We don't have much of a problem with, well, not it's not such an immediate problem because of the proximity, but because we do not have border sharing with China. So, but we do. I mean, the Bangladeshi government does try to convince the Indian government to sort of set up a tripartite or a four-party agreement of co-riparian, which are co-riparian countries, like say so with China, Nepal, India, and Bangladesh sitting together and agreeing on water distribution or sort of volume flow of these major rivers, because I don't know if you know, but Bangladesh has three major water systems going through it, and it's like the third most, the volume is third highest after Amazon and Congo systems, because we have the Ganges and Brahmaputra from other sides, and so it's like a funnel for the entire Indo-Gangetic delta. So that's a big problem for us. So when India puts up dams, like there's one on the Ganges, there's another one that's going to be up just outside the northeast of Bangladesh. So that is quite a strong issue, it's a very sensitive issue in Bangladesh, in the press as well as the general people.
And do you think yeah, sure, that's our postcard. So do you think if China keeps on rediverting other rivers that may affect Bangladesh, do you think it will be an issue for the future generations of Bangladeshi?
I mean, sooner or later it will become an issue, and no matter what you do on rivers, like even if Bangladesh plans to do something on its own rivers, I mean there should be an understanding or a discussion with well, now it's not possible to have discussion with peoples living on those on the banks of those rivers, whose livelihoods depend on those rivers. But at least there should be a system so that governments allow some kind of a platform to have these discussions, so that we know what they're doing upstream and they know what we're doing downstream.
Exactly.
And because it's not me who's going to be affected that directly. I live in a city and I'm fairly cushioned from all these natural consequences. But yes, there are millions of people whose livelihood depends on these rivers and how they flow. So it's a big problem for them. So farmers and just housewives. I mean, you know, the people whose lives actually depend on these rivers, because these are also like they give life to people who are living on the two shores, the banks. There should be a system. Sure.
And can I just ask you, what organization in Bangladesh? What organization are you representing?
Me, I am a journalist.
You're a journalist.
I'm a journalist. I work for an English newspaper. It's called New Age. So this is my first day here actually,
Okay.
because I was spending all the time at the Bella Center. I couldn't come here.
Right.
So here, there's one weekly Bengali magazine who's doing this. It's called Saptahik, and the editor should be here somewhere. There, he's the editor. The young guy with the leader of the staff.
Okay.
The other one is Equity BD. That's a network of a lot of a number of non-governmental organizations, and some guys there. Some of the guys are here. Like this guy is from Equity BD. He's from Equity BD.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's the full name is Equity and Justice Network Bangladesh. It's about, they work on globalization, debt, and so on, and more recently with climate debt and all that. Jubilee South. CSRL is the comprehensive, sustainable, a campaign for sustainable rural livelihoods. It's a new campaign. It includes individuals and organizations, grassroots and activists and think tanks and alike. It's the secretariat is Oxfam Bangladesh, and they are trying to come up with a comprehensive agrarian reform program. That's their new thing. But they'll also now they're doing agriculture and climate change sort of together. So I'm sure they provided some funds, and the Saptahik printed the magazine printed the photos. Equity did the research or something.
Perfect.
It must have been something like that.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely going to talk to these gentlemen, and
the person to talk to would be there. Reza is there, the guy with the scarf.
Okay.
He's the one who just took out the pen cap.
Okay.
He's the